cassette tapes, right? Who remembers them? Little bits of plastic with actual tape in that you played music on. This is obviously a video on Radio Sega about cassette tapes, but we're also going to be looking at vinyl as well. But if you don't remember what a cassette tape is, allow me to show you using this absolutely stunning release from 1998. It's the Manchester United official single, United Calypso. And yes, I am completely taking the mickey. This is awful. But not as bad as this one from the 1999 Manchester United squad. Look at all of their young faces. One of them's the manager now. Lift It High, All About Belief. Now, I found this in a shop, literally for about 25 pence. So I bought it. That was 50p. This was 25 pence. I bought it. I listened to it once and I was like, oh my good God. It is terrible. It came out, obviously, in 1999. This is the treble-winning squad. If you're football fans. If you're not, then I have just said words in an order that looks like it made sense. But anyway, here it is. This is cassette. So you've got two sides. And it looks like here, both sides play the same two tracks, whichever way around you've got it. I'd put it on and play it for you, because I very much doubt anybody would content strike this. But really, I don't want to subject your ears to the horror. You may be asking why I've still got it. The actual question is I haven't the foggiest. The only other cassette I wanted to show you before we get into the meat and two veg of this video is now that's what I call Music 23. The main reason I want to show this is even older. This is from, has it got a year on it? I actually can't see one, but I believe this is 1992. And the main reason I did want to show you these ones is because of cassette 2, side 1. It's got the absolute tunes of Tetris by Dr. Spin and Super Mario Land from the Ambassadors of Funk featuring MC Mario. In fact, yeah, it must be 1992. Look, it's got Barcelona on it from Freddie Mercury. Yes. Trying to find one of these on cassette, on CD, very difficult. I wonder why. Maybe it's because it is so old. As I say, 1992. This originally belonged to my mum, and I stole it off her because of those two tracks. I don't actually know if I ever listened to the rest of it. But there is some absolute tunes on here. Absolute tunes. Look, Billy Ray Cyrus. He's Miley Cyrus's dad, for those who didn't know. Anyway, the reason I'm showing you cassettes is because we're going to look at these. So cassettes are still a thing. And, oh, the Streets of Rage 2 one. Look, it's empty because I was currently listening to that. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can open that without turning the stereo on. Nope. Right, okay. Hang on. I'm going to jump cut to when the cassette tape is back in the case. Seamless. If you didn't know I'd done it, you wouldn't know I've done it. So, these came out this year. So, you know, remember the ones I showed you? 1998, 1999, 1992? These are both 2020. In fact, these came out about a month ago. So, you may know of these already. These are produced by a company called Wayo Records, and they've already released the Streets of Rage Perfect soundtrack and the Streets of Rage 2 Perfect soundtrack on CD. But for some reason, they decided that, just to be different, they'd bring them out on cassette. And for myself, just to be different, I thought I'd buy them on cassette, because why on earth not? So here we go. So, you know, say this is all music from Yuzo Koshiro. There's no Sega logo on it anywhere on the case, but there is a copyright. And if we have a look, there's your cassette. So this one has got 9 tracks on it. The Street of Rage, Player Select, Fighting in the Street, blah, 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 blah. I'm fairly sure you can read that. And then the other side has got the other tracks, including some bonus tracks. Rave Dance in the City, Skyscraper Night, and Quiet Insanity. And also the Super Freck. I have no idea what a Freck is. But yeah, those. Now, I got it in the wrong way around. Cassette tapes are so awkward. There's only one way they will fit. And I can never really tell. Like, that's that way round. But then if you look at these, they're backwards, and that's the other way around. So there's no standard to how these go in. But I suppose it does give you the logo. And the same for the Streets of Rage 2. You know, you've got a full soundtrack on here. Look, all that effort I spent to put it back in so you didn't notice, and I'm taking it back out again. So here you go. You've got the SOR, Super Mix, blah, blah, blah. Go Straight Game, Under Logic. All your favourites. No bonus tracks on here, though. Little Money Avenue. So there we go. No, I've remembered which way that goes in now. Now, obviously, because we don't want to get content struck, and I always do find that a little bit amusing that a music YouTube channel would get struck for playing music. Allow me to just tell you here that the sound on these is very, very good. Now, I am listening through my stereo, and if you want to know what my stereo looks like, da-da! There it is, and that gives me lovely, lovely sound. Absolutely beautiful sound with these things. You can't actually tell that they are tapes. The sound is that good. It's nice and bassy. Although, again, that could just be my stereo. But I'm guessing, obviously, as these get old, they are going to start to crackle a bit, like they would if I wanted to play any of those. So that's these. Now, rather than two separate videos on two separate Streets of Rage soundtracks, you may also know that in 2020, there was another soundtrack, another game that came out, another soundtrack that came out. It's a pretty popular one. You might have heard of it. It's called Streets of Rage 4. And what we're going to be looking at here is the definitive soundtrack. So it says, this released on vinyl. It was supposed to be out in August. I think it came out a little bit closer to mid-September, beginning of October time. I was literally waiting for the cassettes to turn up. There they are, look. Before we did a video on all of it, because I wanted to show you all three. Ideally, I wanted to play some music as well, but we haven't got around to it. So this artwork is absolutely beautiful. If I zoom out a bit so you can see it. And up here, you've got the name of the composers, Olivier Derivière, Yuzo Koshiro, Motohiro Kabishima. It tells you about on the side as well when I can see it. Is it going to focus? Of course it's not. Of course it's not. It tells you on the side anyway. Now, I've taken all this apart because, obviously, I've only got the one hand, so it just makes it a little bit easier for me to show you what's going on. So this is the back. And there's one thing that I do want to point out on here. Well, a couple of things that I want to point out. Number one, you've got both logos, which is really cool. Means that it can be sold worldwide with the correct title on each. The other thing I wanted to show you was this. It says Ms. Y. Now, this is important because if you remember, on every other version of the soundtrack, so the Bandcamp version and the CD version, this, and on Spotify actually, as it happens, this says Mrs. Y. So they have fixed the typo for the vinyl soundtrack. But anyway, all your favourites are on here. It even tells you who has composed all of them, which is really cool. Really, really, really cool. I do like that very much. So it's on 3 vinyls, so 6 sides, and then down here you've got all your logos. So .emu, Lizard Cube, and Guard Crush Games, those 3 developed it. Mutant Ninja Records, Brave Wave, and I don't know what the G is, but those are your companies. Limited Run helped with the distribution of the thing. I believe this was only available via Limited Run in America, whereas Brave Wave did the distribution in Europe. And for the life of me, I can't remember how much this was. I think £50. But anyway, some other bits that you get in it, just so I can show you, is you will have seen this already in the video when I was doing a little bit of a pan. You get this rather nice art card. And what makes this particularly nice is it is indeed signed, because this is the signed limited edition version, signed by Olivier Derivière and Yuzo Koshiro, the main and legacy composers. That's very nice. It's very nice. Very, very, can you hear that? Yeah, that's good. Then we've got booklet. I do like a good booklet. And this, well, it's got awesome artwork throughout. Again, you've got the track listing. Again, it says Ms. Y there. So they have definitely fixed that typo. But all the way through here, I mean, I'm not going to get any closer so you can read the notes, but you've got some liner notes from Olivier Derivière, Yuzo Koshiro, Motohiro Kabishima. Tells you the tracks they composed. Motohiro Kabishima, again, a legacy composer. Do believe they did the work for Streets of Rage 3. Alongside Yuzo Koshiro. So, in fact, yes, Streets of Rage 3. To say that. I haven't read this, can you tell? Then you've got other notes from some of the other guest composers alongside some of the artwork and some of the illustrators for the vinyl. And this is a very, very lovely thing. Credits for the stuff. Same artwork that's on the front of the box. And there we go. Very nice little booklet. Vinyls need more booklets. Vinyls need more booklets with awesome artwork like that. I'm a fan. Right, should we have a look at the vinyls then? This I probably can do one hand. This is the vinyl one. It's got a good friend. I was going to say Axl Rose on it. It's not. It's Axl. There he is with his beard, looking rather gruff. There's no track listing on these, so you do have to refer to the booklet or the box. And all of these vinyls, I probably should have done this one-handed, two-handed. All of these vinyls are different colours. I'm not going to get them out the sleeves, but just so that you can see them. Vinyl 1 is red. It's a very nice red as well. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. It's a very deep red colour. So we will put that back in there so I don't lose it. Look at how he stares into your soul. That's actually really nice. Really nice print effect there. Number 2 is good old Cherry there. There she is. Mina's favourite character because she can whiz around the stages like it's nobody's business. And this one, you probably see it here actually, but I'll get it out a little bit again so we can see it. This vinyl is blue. Or as Alexis would say it, blue. Again, nice colour. Now, I'm going to be honest with you on these. I haven't played these because my vinyl turntable is extremely hard to get down from where it's hiding. But rest assured, it's the Streets of Rage 4 soundtrack. There's no way it's not going to sound awesome. It's easily one of my favourite soundtracks of this year. And if you are if you are watching this before the Radio Sega Fan Choice 2020 awards are finished, then you should definitely go to the Radio Sega Twitter channel, or I'll probably stick a link in the description as well. In fact, I'll do that. I'll put a link in the description for you to where you can vote for your favourite tracks of the year from the games that have been released this year. Honestly, Streets of Rage 4 is probably going to win it, and if it does, it's very much deserved. Here's our mate Adam. Look at him looking pretty gruff. Do not mess with me. And his vinyl is white. White vinyl. I don't know why. I just presumed, bearing in mind that he's wearing yellow, that you'd have a yellow vinyl, but no. And also, you know, that'd be a nice little hark to the original Streets of Rage, because you know the colours there were red, blue, and yellow because of the main colours of the cast. You know, you had Axl wearing mainly, it was blue and white, but he was mainly known for blue. You had good old Blaze with her red, and then you had Adam wearing yellow. But yeah, if we try and make this all look rather lovely, and see if I can just zoom the video out. There you go. Doesn't that look lovely? That is the Streets of Rage 4. And yeah. Streets of Rage 4 vinyl soundtrack. So I'm glad I finally got around to doing this video. I'm sorry it's taken so long. This has literally been on my mind for a long time. But finding the time to actually do it has been a bit of an ask. If you do want to cause yourself some absolute ear pain, do look either of those up on YouTube, and I can guarantee you will almost definitely be disappointed. But if you want to see more Gavvie content on the Radio Sega YouTube, then fear not, because coming up at some point, I'm going to be doing a video on an at-games handheld Mega Drive machine thing, which could be rather entertaining, especially as I've owned it for 12 years and the batteries still work, which is amazing. I also want to do a comparison at the two Aliens collector's editions that Sega brought out back when they owned that license. So you may remember a long time ago we did a video based on the Aliens Colonial Marines unboxing. It is still on the Radio Sega YouTube, but I'm going to do another one. I'm going to freshen it all up, and we're going to have a look at the Aliens vs Predator one alongside it as well. So if you do want to see those videos and you do want to see me have a good old chat about those, then you know what to do. Hit the like button on this video, because you know likes are currency in this world. Subscribe to the channel so you never, and then hit the bell, the little bell, and go ding, and then YouTube will let you know every single time I upload a video. Or anyone else from the Radio Sega pantheon as well. So there's a couple of us. I know Dr. Scottnick does a couple every now and then. So we are well worth subscribing to, because we will review stuff like this. Right, well, thank you for watching. As I say, this has been a video on the Streets of Rage 4 vinyl soundtrack, the Streets of Rage Perfect soundtrack on cassette, and the Streets of Rage 2 Perfect soundtrack on cassette. Sorry I didn't get to play you any of the music. I was in conversation with people, and they said it was probably best we don't, because we're probably going to get content struck either by Sega or Yuzo Koshiro, or there's any number of companies that would probably sit there and go, no, you're not allowed to play the music. So if you do want to hear these, go to radiosega.net, sign up for an account, and request to your heart's content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta!